A bit about me. Thank you for the introduction. So I'm based in London, my first time in Poland, and it's an amazing city so far. So I'm the product lead for platform services in Nexmo. And I started my career as a voice over IP developer, actually. So I was developing communications services. Then I moved to the consumer side as well. So I both know the pain for both the developers and the consumers on this space usually. Let's just start with our own platform, Vonage. So what Vonage offers is a unified communication and contact center communication and service, and we are going to focus on communications API today, which we offer on top of our cloud infrastructure and our global carrier network. What Vonage API platform does, we allow software developers to embed communication services inside their applications, but we abstract the complexity of communications, like to connect a telco, for example, can take up to 6 months if you want to do it yourself, or
depends which country.
yeah, it depends which country as well. Or if you want to handle all synchronous and asynchronous events, you have to implement everything yourself. What we offer is just to, as I said, abstract that complexity and to make it rapid to go to market for software developers. So what we have started with only SMS API in the beginning. So it helps customers to do two-factor authentication, and we then add services like SIP trunking. And what we have now is voice API, our messaging API, our video API embedded in the platform. And we have workflows like Verify and Dispatch. Verify enables you to send two-factor authentication messages, and it can fail over to text-to-speech voice call afterwards. Dispatch is also a workflow application, a workflow API that you can fail over through different messaging channels like SMS, WhatsApp, Viber, etc. And Numbers Insight on top of that enables you to validate any phone number, any inventory you have or you want to call as well. And we offer, as I said, global coverage. So if you want to go to another country immediately, it's just one click for us. And our platform, we want to achieve an enterprise platform and offer our customers this service as well, a platform that you can do everything together in an omnichannel way that we will going to talk about. And this is our customers, top customers using us. As you can see in every vertical, digital natives and legacy, big enterprises also uses Nexmo as a enable for their communication services. Let's start with talking about digital transformation a bit. So digital transformation is really an important factor to make a company much successful nowadays. And digital transformation can mean different things to different companies, and that's okay. But what is constant in here, communication services are now programmable and accessible to the customers and companies. And this is what our customers are expecting for us to enable that. And you can see every industry is shifting to digitalization currently. And pace is different in every industry. And if we think about how communication as well shifts in here is really interesting. If you see the evolution of programmable communications, so in the beginning of 50s, we only have first digital computers, and until 2000, like 50 years, we didn't see a lot of disruption in this space. But after 2000, you can see that the pace of the shift is incredible. So in just 19 years, now enterprises, legacy, big enterprises start to adopt new technology and new communication services as well. So what happens if you cannot adapt quickly? So in this code, you can see 50% of the current S&P 500 will be replaced over 10 years. This is a huge number. So this shows us with this high-speed technology, high shifting, high changes, we have to adapt somehow and quickly. And these are good examples, are the winners of this digital transformation. So these are digital native companies have embraced programmable communications in their applications as well. For example, Amazon offers their customer service inside the context of their application. Airbnb allows their hosts and guests to chat over SMS or in-app messages inside the application as well. Uber allows you to authenticate through 2FA SMS messages on top of their obvious use case of voice proxy, which is proxying the phone numbers through riders and drivers. And Netflix also allows you to contact customer services via IP voice, in this matter, in this example, inside the application as well. So what is the common thread in here? So it's not just changing the technology. It is the changing customer expectation as well. So now customers expect communications to be personal in different multiple channels. They want it to be contextual, they want it to be relevant, and they want it to be customized as well. They think that they are communicating to a brand, but they think they're in a single conversation. So what that means is I can contact my brand through a voice channel or a messaging channel or through social media, through email, through video, and I think that they know everything about every conversation that I had them before. So they think it is conversational and contextual at the same time. But is it like that actually? So let's first see what is contextual communication first. Contextual communication is the bidirectional transfer of information between two parties where both parties are aware. So that means that they know what the conversation is about. So is it really like that now? No, it's not. So as you can see here, as in this lovely channel, if you try to contact a customer support agent, what they say, okay, I'm just forwarding you to another agent, which you have to do everything all again together. So customer service interaction typically starts with first identifying yourself, and then the problem definition, and if you can, the resolution of the problem. But as I said, sometimes you need to change channel, you need to go to somewhere else, and if sometimes CRM systems attempt to bridge the gap, but they usually don't include the channel that you prefer, like WhatsApp in this example. So context is usually lost between those channels. And what happens if we lose context? So 76% of consumers view customer service a reflection of company values. And 62% of them stop doing business if they receive a poor customer experience. This is a huge number. We don't want our customers to churn because of that. And what is important is like selling to an existing customer is 14 times higher than a new customer. So this is the importance of the customer experience again. And if we can look at the trends right now in contextual communication, we see 5 big trends. One is advanced notifications, like SMS push notifications, like a notification for your delivery for a package. Chatbots, like embedded chatbots in Slack or any other chat application that we are currently using. Chat in apps, like you can chat through LinkedIn or Airbnb. Apps in chat, we will look at this use case a bit later, like WeChat or Line. Or humans chatting with each other through voice. We call it like regular use cases for PSTN and IP voice as a WebRTC call. And let's define the omnichannel now. So right now, if you look at the mobile communications, you see before that we used to only go to a store to buy something, but it is changing right now. We have multiple channels all over. And what we are doing with our smartphones right now, 82% of smartphone users now consult their phones when making a purchase decision. And 25% of them just go online afterwards and buy them online. And 33% of customers, to see great statistics, they're switching their brands due to the information they get in their purchase decision. So it's not just you go to a store, you have one channel, or you have multiple channels now. It's disrupting everything, the decision journey. So this is a customer journey. You could be, as I said, you find something in social media, you go to online to their site. You may not go to the store directly. You can just call them or try to buy them in the mobile app. But in every step, there's a context created. And you want that context to be retained until you get that decision at the end. As Peter Nornstorm say, customers don't value channels now. They value experiences. So what that means is just offering multi-channel is not enough anymore. Every touch point creates an experience, creates a context, and you have to retain that context through all the journey at the end of everything. Not just purchase, it could be sales, it could be onboarding, it could be in-life, it could be churn. The whole interactions, every step is a context now. And who wins is who retains and uses that information at the end. And what we are trying to emphasize here is how we create loop as well in that matter. So as we said, you have to establish your identity and you have to define the problem. And if you now then have to change the channel, you have to do all over it again. This is a loop. What we want to have is a streamlined process until the resolution. And this contextual creation, as we said, creates poor customer experience. So WeChat is a great example. What they are doing is they offer messaging, social media, and online mobile payments through their app. So when you are in the app, in the social media, you can go to their in-app shop, and with their one-click payment option, you can buy anything in the shop. And you don't need to go out of the application while doing that. So this increases a lot of sales, a lot of sales opportunities over there as well. So also WeChat Moments adds target based on location, interest, age, gender, device and phone network. So they have context through the application. They have data, so they can help you through that. And as you can see, WeChat contributes a lot in Chinese lifestyle spending. Also, if you look at the statistics, they help cut costs, and also WeChat users donate charity using the platform at the same time. But it is not always the case, right? When we try to use different channels, this is the path we use usually. It shouldn't be like that. It has to be a combination in between. So this is usually what we refer Nexmo API offers. So we are utilizing the contextual APIs through different channels into a conversation to help our customers. And it could be through any other channels, as we said, SMS, PSTN. Both are good examples, WebRTC, IP voice that we are referring to. And RMX is a good use case for chatbots. So RMX is an international transportation and delivery company, logistics company. So what they needed to is to heighten the effectiveness of their delivery processes and enhance the customer experience. So they are using now our WhatsApp business solution through Nexmo's messaging API. And just in the 6 months, 41 of shipment inquiries now processed by WhatsApp. And 1 million plus customers are served through WhatsApp. Chat apps chatbots help customers in this way. The bots can exist in your contacts, like just any contacts. And messaging is convenient because it uses natural language processing. It is asynchronous and it includes location. And through messaging, you can send like cards or links to the customer, can directly redirect them to another application which is context aware at the same time. So it helps customers in a lot of different ways. And for RMX, we just started with WhatsApp, but now we are including them to our voice offerings. So even if the customers cannot be served through WhatsApp, now they will be served through voice channels. And at the same time, as I said, context will still be retained. Another good case study is mobile banking. And here, in mobile banking, security and compliance is really important, and authentication is the first. So identity defined here through passwords or biometrics, and intent is defined through the app journey. And in this example, you can see that there's an in-app direct call button. So the customer can just directly call the contact center with the information here that's already there. And it can directly contact to a contact center agent or a voice bot can help them through their journey. And this contextual communications reduces friction, because while you are calling them, usually you have a problem and you need it to be solved ASAP. Here you can see the voice bot example that we have. We are a conversation-based, first API model in our voice and SDKs, voice API and SDKs. So you are in a conversation with your customer. It could be through PSTN or WebRTC, and you can have a direct digital voice connection to a voice bot. And what it can offer you, transcription services, natural language processing like IVRs and stuff, and translation services, and sentiment analysis at the same time. Sentiment analysis is really important for contact center use cases, because contact centers has huge load of data to process, but it is raw data, and you usually use them as reporting and afterwards auditing. But in here, what you can do is, in an ongoing call with sentiment analysis, you can trigger alarms to the supervisors, or you can say to the agent some valuable information about customer while ongoing a call. So that's an important use case for contact centers specifically. And CallSign is a good example for fintech environments. So what they are doing is they are a real-time AI-driven company for authentication solutions. And they are using ours for voice authentication. They are using our automated speech recognition solution for voice authentications. And what they want to do is also to move their on-premise IVR to our cloud, so they can scale up easily with the ongoing demand that they're getting for fintech companies. Another good example is TravelTab. They are using our in-app communications. TravelTab is a mobile technology-focused company providing products for travel industry. So what we are offering them is Android SDKs for their devices that they are offering for travel industry. And what they are doing with it is that you can create an IP call, IP2P SDN call anywhere through their device. And it is not just that. So we offer, as we've spoken, the APIs, and it can be directly embedded to your application. It can be an agent desktop. It can be any application you want. And we are handling the carrier part on our platform to remove the complexity for you. You can just embed and use bots and AIs through our platform. And you can use chat apps through our messaging API offerings. But on top of that, we also have an integration level, a partner level that we can use. If we don't offer a specific certain feature, or if you want something to be embedded that you are currently using, you can leverage our partners' products and features. And we have different different partners that we are using, like technology partners or integration partners like this. So when it comes to that, the use case becomes infinite almost. So this is just a couple of use cases that we provide, but this is a programmable block, so you can just use anything you want. You can create anything. You can customize anything that you currently own in the system. And we can go over there, like private voice communications, as we said, like voice proxying to all voice. And we have video, and we said we have sentiment analysis, in-app, SMS, phone number validation, fraud, spam. So a lot of use cases that you can think about. And if you want to now summarize everything, to be successful in contextual customer communications and your digital native transformation, well, we need to focus on the customer experience, not the channels. We want to avoid creating contextual communication loops. And we want to allow customers to use their social graph. This is so important. They want to use their social media channels, not yours or the thing that you are creating. And we have to utilize the power of cognitive computing to scale and utilize contextual APIs to power the omnichannel offering. Thank you.